What's up, guys? It's Kel of TC, and we are here at the Big Dawg Podcast. Just the other day, me and Brandon Jones of BJ Media pulled up on the Highland Hawks for the Big Dawg Podcast. We got to spend some time with the coaches and the players during their practice. I must say, I was very pleased and interested to see how physical they were, fresh off of a big win versus Basha. As the Hawks go into week 3 this week, they face Lone Peak out of Utah. The Hawks are looking to get a little bit of revenge after dropping the ball against Lone Peak last year. With the Cullimore cousins, along with quarterback Kalen Fisher leading the ham, I have no doubt that the Highland Hawks will definitely get the job done this year. Coach Brock Farrell has these guys up into shape. They are in mid-season form. I would not be surprised if the Highland Hawks shake out and make something big this season. Be sure to let us know in the comments what are your predictions for the Highland Hawks for the rest of the season. Y'all ain't got to talk too much. Y'all ain't got to give none y'all don't want to give up. Y'all can talk y'all's talk a little bit. Y'all think y'all deserve that a little bit. Let's not live on it too much, but let's just get into it, all right?
Leave it up to late.
I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves like y'all did, and then we'll just go around like that, all right?
Perfect.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? My name is Mykhael Sanford, owner of Tumm ClouT Sports Media, here with my dog BJ Media, Brandon Jones, and we are here with the Highland Hawks, fresh off of a nice victory from Friday Night Lights against the Basha Bears. We're going to let them talk their talk a little bit on the Big Dawg Podcast here, and we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to let these guys go around and introduce stuff, starting with Coach D-Lo.
Coach D-Lo here, the secondary coach here at Highland High School.
Kalen Fisher, quarterback.
Cody Cullimore, safety and running back.
Cole McLeave, linebacker.
Cash Cullimore, linebacker.
Gunnar Riggs, center. Hayden Doherty, tight end.
Brock Farrell, head coach.
Brandon Jones, founder of BJ Media.
Yes, sir. You want to get into it, or you want me to start?
Since I wasn't there at the game, I'm just going to ask you guys, what happened? How did you guys beat Basha? How did it all go down? Kind of just give me a rundown of what happened that game.
All right, I'll try to give you a quick synopsis here, but basically Basha did what Basha did on the first drive. I feel like we were a little bit amped, and so we missed a lot of tackles. And Basha's very good, right? So you can't miss tackles against a great team like Basha. So they went down first drive to score right away. And I was a little bit, I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Next 2 series on defense, we stopped them 3 and out, forced them to punt. Unfortunately, so did we. We went 3 and out in our first 2 series. And then I think we calmed down a little bit. Finally, on the 3rd drive, we scored. It was like first drive in the 2nd quarter. And then, when you're on the road against a nationally ranked opponent, you do strange things like go for 2 on the first drive. So we went for 2 on a kind of a trick play. Got it. So now we're up 8-7. Basha answers. They're up 14-8. And then we went back and forth the second half. They got to 21. We got to 15. And then in the 4th quarter, we scored with 9 seconds left to win the game. Is that a good synopsis?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. A nice connection between you two right there to, seal the game for you guys. How did that feel? What did that feel like to put on for the Hawks?
It was just special. Because usually in these big games, we've always kind of fallen short. And so for Bub to find me when honestly I wasn't expecting the ball on that last little throw on 4th and 9, 4th and 10, whatever, it was just super cool to finally get that one down and then to ultimately win the game because the past years we've always come close to winning these big games, but we've always fallen short, so it was really cool to finally win one of those games like that. So.
Yeah, I actually will piggyback off of that. What you said is how you guys have been close in these big games. And what you just alluded to earlier, last year against Saguaro they came out first drive, they put something together. I kind of see you guys, you were in it until halftime, then you kind of faded it off in the 4th quarter. What was the turning point this year? What about this group says that's like, you can tell, I can tell in preseason, I was saying all season, but what about this group makes these guys where they can finish?
I think their resiliency is just one step above where we've been before. And what I mean by that is bad things happen in football all the time. And in the past, we've always had resilient kids, but we've taken it to another level, mostly from a lot of these seniors right here, where they just believe that, we can take a punch and just come back again. Mm-hmm. And I think you saw that happen. Like I said, they went down the first drive, scored right away. But instead of our defense starting to argue or get, intimidated by Basha, they were just like, we're better than that, right? So then they stepped up, made some stops. And then same with our offense, right? We went 3 and out the first 2 drives. Nobody panicked, made a couple adjustments, stuck with the plan. And they're like, we can do this, right? We can do this. So the biggest difference is in the crucial moments, instead of just coming short, right? We believe we can, and we found a way to do it. Cody's catch on 4th down, huge. The 2-point play, huge. Forcing them to punt, and really we shut out Basha in the second half. They didn't score points in the second half. So just all the adjustments that our defensive guys made, even though some things didn't go our way at first. So just our resiliency, I think we stepped up one step.
Yes, sir.
Kind of the narrative going into the season from most local media members was you guys are contenders to make the Open, but not necessarily to win the Open. After beating Basha, the defending Open State champs, that narrative changed, and a lot of people were talking about, okay, maybe Highland's in more of the 1-4 state title winning conversation rather than the 6-8 kind of just make the Open, maybe win 1 or 2 upset games. So how do you guys kind of block out the noise and stay focused on one thing, which is winning the Open State title?
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk here for a second, but we talked literally on Monday. We talked about that. I told them the story about Nick Saban, that when Alabama loses, it's the Super Bowl for whatever team beats Alabama, but when Alabama wins, it's just another Saturday. And I said, guys, that's what we've been doing for years. Right? When we win, it's just another Friday, and that's the approach we need to take. We're more about the process and how do we make Highland better? How do we beat Highland? Because we believe that Highland's the only team that can beat Highland. We lose games rather than teams, for the most part, beat us, that's something most high school games, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we're focused more on that. So, whether we land 1 through 4, 6 through 8, in all honesty, we don't care. Because if we're in, we believe we can make a run at it.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters. You guys want to add anything to that?
I think the biggest thing is we believed. We came out all week. Every single person in the locker room believed we can win, and everyone was locked in. I mean, we worked our butts off. We worked our butts off for these big games like that. We came out, believed we could do it, and we executed right, and we won. So I think that was the biggest thing is belief.
Yeah. Man, and I'm gonna bring Coach D-Lo in. This is my dog, everybody, just so everyone knows. 2-3 years ago, we were in the state championship game, and I walked up to him and was like, y'all got something special over there. The year after, I seen him on the sideline. I'm like, y'all got something coming. And he was like, it's here. They just got to respect us. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to get him to answer this question. I mean, you talked about it 3, 4, or 5 weeks before the season started, especially about these two, the Colomars. You bring that dog energy behind Coach Lyons. You've seen it firsthand against what they say is quote unquote the state dogs. What's the atmosphere like now? How do you walk now that you guys knocked off one on the list, but there's still more work to do?
To be honest, like I stated before, we're not satisfied for one win. We continue to build brick by brick, but the leaders in here gets us over the hump. You know what I'm saying? So it's everybody said we ain't got this 4 or this 5-star. That's cool. Like coaching, coach, but the players have to go play. We can't go play for them, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's some talent, and we have talented kids. Now, is it the 4 or 5 stars? No, I don't want those kids though. So they can stay where they're at and I'll keep the kids that I have because I know they're gonna get us to the next. They're gonna get us to the next step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've stated that since I've been here. I've stated that since I've been with Brock for 7 years. I knew it was going to come. I knew we was going to continue to build. Once the kids believe that they're capable of doing it, which the kids do believe, we like I said, it's one step at a time. Like I said, we beat Basha. Everybody in the locker room knew we was going to do it. How we was going to do it, it was either going to be a blowout or it was going to be a fight. We wanted the brawl. I don't think a lot of people in the state of Arizona will brawl with us for 4 quarters. Knowing that the coaching staff we have to kind of take a step back and let them play and let us adjust, and we go up, and I'll lay my hat on that with anybody in the state.
No, I agree. Full quarter brawl, pound for pound. I mean, I've said it besides, the Hamiltons and the Liberties, I don't think anyone's as physical as y'all are going to play smash mouth football. My next thing is for you, Kalen. Watching your growth, man, over the last 2 years has been an honor and a privilege, being able to coach you in 7-on-7 and stuff like that. But now you taking that step where everybody in the state know, Kalen Fisher's here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You knocked off what they say is the upper echelon of the quarterbacks. and now you got your team behind you. You had your team behind you when you won a state championship. Now your team really believes you. Now everybody believes in you. Is there any extra pressure? Is this just what you do?
I mean, there's no pressure, honestly. And a lot of not having pressure, like a lot of not feeling any pressure comes with the guys that are behind me and the coaches that are with me, because they're honestly, they're the ones that get me through it, honestly. Because I think anybody can say it, like on Friday, I felt the pressure. First couple of drives, I felt the pressure. I wasn't really playing to like at the level that I usually play at, but I calm down. I got the guys behind me, I got the coaches behind me, and then I calmed down and I just played, and then the whole team played, and then you saw the outcome. So I wouldn't say there's necessarily any pressure behind it, because I know, and I believe in my guys, I believe in the team, and I believe in the coaches that we can do what we need to do to win games. And so I think that belief of winning games and stuff like that and believing in your team, it takes a lot of the pressure off your shoulders.
Yes, sir.
I'll have another question for you, Kalen. I like to shout out the trainers, because they do a lot of work with you guys in the off season. You train with Grounded Up QB Academy, and I see that there's 4 other guys across the state that are also balling out through the first couple weeks of the season. How much is that training with Grounded Up QB Academy helped you going into the season?
That's definitely been where like a huge amount of my growth has came from, honestly, working out with them, because there's a lot of other QBs that work with Ground Up that when I am out there and I'm working with them, it's like we're working each other. It's a lot of like we're getting each other better and we're helping each other. We're fixing our mistakes on each other. And then Trey Anderson, you know, he's good at what he does. So he's definitely played a huge role in me getting to where I am now in my game and stuff like that.
I was going through the film, watching, the recaps, trying to put my synopsis on the game or just put my report on the game. First play of the game, Cody, you shut it off. That hit against on Tumm was nasty. I'll give you props. You ran the alley beautifully. You came down and set it off. And Cash, you was making them feel it all game. Cole, you was making them feel it. You guys right there, that second level defenders, y'all kind of bring that heart and soul to that defense right there. Was that what was the mission? Just make them feel it all game, or if they run it up the middle, they gonna have to pay.
Exactly. I just feel like like we said earlier, that no one can play this all 4 quarters, and if we keep hitting every single person all 4 quarters, they're not gonna play the same way the whole game, and that's what happened. So, good outcome came from it.
Heck yeah. Gunner, you holding it down for your linemen in the trenches with your trench work. Basha has one of those faster defensive linemen, and they have faster secondary level players with linebackers and stuff like that. What was the challenges you seen, for you guys in the trenches? What was the adjustments you come to the sideline telling coaches? Were there any, was the nose trying to grab you to hold you in your gap, or what was that like for you?
I don't know. I'd say that just like us 5 up front, we all trusted each other like throughout all our steps. Like kind of like what we needed to do. We were able to like make like different calls for this game, like depending on where they were lining up, and just we were getting lower than them, just driving them. And yeah, there was some plays where like we didn't get it done, but then we also had the good plays that we were able to like capitalize off of and make it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, as we wrap this up, hey, I'm gonna get a question for you and let Coach Farrell close it out. But you guys, this is just step 1. You can't just end there. What's the practice like? What's the intensity like? Is it rising for you guys? Is there a new bar? Is there a new belief that we the new guys on the block, everybody's looking, but now we got more to do?
I'm not gonna lie. I think our mission is still the same. Like we at the end of the season, we said we want to dominate everybody that comes across. Just because we beat one good team doesn't mean that change. And I could tell you like firsthand in the locker room, like within I'd say 30, 45 minutes, it was the excitement was done. We knew it was over. The next morning, wake up for film. I mean, barely anybody was talking about it. We was just recapping the games, stuff we did. And then come Monday, it's really non-existent now. Our bars are saying we still want to dominate every team, all 4 quarters, like he said. No one can run with us for 4 quarters. So, I mean, the bar didn't change. We still have the same mentality. And the atmosphere at practice, I mean, like I don't know what it was, but these past 2 days have been some of our best days at practice we've had. So, like, and I think it's just gonna keep continuing getting better. Especially with, like, even though we're not talking about it, the win boosted everybody's confidence through the roof, and we know what we can do now. We know what we can accomplish.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach Farrell, you guys got a mature group here. Got some more ball to play. Is there anything you want to leave for your fans, or is there anything you want to tell your team right now?
I'll just leave it at Chris McDonald's first class, Basha program's first class. Like, everything about him was first class, and love Chris. Him and I go way back, and our kids went to kindergarten together and the whole thing. So it's really fun when you get to compete at the highest level possible in the state against your friends.
Yes, sir.
Right? And, you know, later down the line, we got Chandler. I used to be at Chandler for a while. I'm still good friends with Rick. So it's really fun when you get to do that, and I'm proud of these kids for doing that. To end it, what I'll just say is we got Lone Peak coming, right? And we need that student section because we got the best student section in the state. We got the best home environment in the state. So you want to come see some craziness, come to a Highland home game. You know, we'll like set off smoke bombs and flashing lights, and like the smoke sits on the field, so it looks like it's all foggy because there ain't no wind ever that blows it off. I don't know what the theme's gonna be, but the student section goes nuts. It's just a great environment. So I think we truly have home field advantage because of our community and our student section.
Yes, sir. Those fireworks got me the first time I was here. I was like, holy moly, am I just snowball or what? It's definitely a sight to see. But all right, guys, we're at the Big Dawg Podcast. I have the Highland Hawks here, fresh off of a nice victory, looking to build some more momentum as they go into the state playoffs. Best of luck to you guys. All the health to you guys, and you know, hopefully you guys are blessed and you guys are able to accomplish your goals. I appreciate you guys for this episode, and we're out.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys. It was really fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, Big Dawg. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Can you guys help me get these stools back to the office?